Hi, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I can make a water wheel using objects around my house. So you're going to need some thin recycled plastic or just whatever you have laying around the house. Plastic would probably be best for this. I'm using 2 small little bathroom cups. These are paper. I have a bowl of water I'm going to use later and a pencil. The scissors I use to cut this, and I have tape. Okay, so tape, a pencil, plastic, bathroom cups, scissors to cut the plastic, and some water. Okay? So what I did was I cut out 4 small pieces of plastic right from my piece of recycling. These are like 4 rectangles. What I'm gonna do now is trim them so they're all about the same size, and I'm going to make them squares so they're not super long, right? Because I need them to be able to turn and rotate inside my cup. And actually I'm noticing that one of these is about kind of the width I want. So I might only use one and then cut one in half. That's okay. So you're gonna play around and figure out what works for you. So I'm going to attach the first one. I'm gonna tape this right on. And so what we're doing here is we are making almost like the propellers. We're making kind of propellers for our water wheel, okay? This is gonna be almost like a gear that kind of comes on and turns the wheel. So I'm just taping this on right here. Just doing my thing. Okay, so these are gonna be what turns our wheel. Got one here, one here. Wrap that on. And I'm just gonna tape one to the other side. So I'm only using half of my rectangle, so I'm gonna cut it in half again and attach it to the back. Attach this one here. Okay. You could also use glue, but you'd wanna make sure that it would be dry so it's ready to go. Okay. So you can experiment with this using different materials as well, but this is just one way to do it. Make sure this is on, and I'll be ready to go. Okay, so now that I've attached this, I have, maybe I'll add one more side. Sorry. All right, I'm gonna tape one more side on the back. Just so I have enough that are going to push and rotate my thing. Rotate my water wheel. Okay, and I'm using a little bit of tape on both sides to reinforce it. If you were just taping one side, it might not stay up. It might, and it might work fine, but for mine, I'm just making sure it's extra secured, okay? So if I were to turn my water wheel, right now it looks like this. So we have the tip of my pencil, or here, use the eraser side. Okay, but I have 4 propellers. So as the water gets poured over the top, it's going to make this spin, all right? And I can actually trim a little bit off this side, just so that all my sides are kind of even. Okay, excellent, looks great. So I took my paper cup, and what I did was I cut a V out of each side, okay? This is because I need my pencil to be able to rest in here, all right? So I have one pencil. I also did it on this one in case I wanted to try it here. So I'm going to hold my paper cup. Here, and I can trim this a little bit. I just don't want anything in the way that's gonna prevent the wheel from spinning, okay? So make sure your wheel, when you put it in, it can spin and rotate all the way around, right? It can spin and move. So what I'm gonna do is as I pour the water in, it should rotate my wheel. So I can actually bring it in a little bit and zoom you. Nope, I can't. Okay, that's fine. I can like physically bring the camera in closer, but. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pour some of my water into this cup, okay? And as I pour, it should rotate my wheel. So I'm gonna hold the base of this cup super tight so it doesn't spill. And I'm gonna pour this over the top. Let's see if I can push this down anymore. Ready? So as I'm pushing, it's supposed to be rotating my wheel right over the top. Okay, so the force of the water is going to be pushing the pencil over the top. Okay, one more time, just because it was a little stuck. And maybe I might need to cut different shapes out of my V's too. So this one's full of water. Okay, so what you can do, instead of like I just did being silly, pouring it from one to the other, I can just lift up my pencil and move it. So that's fine. I'm just gonna make sure, maybe I'll make it a little different shape to see if it'll rotate a little bit better. Okay, so, okay. Make that a little bit more of a U on this side. Okay, so as I pour in my water, one more time, as I pour my water right here, it's gonna rotate the wheel. Maybe let's see, ready? I think we can see. So as I pour clockwise, it should pour the other side. I wish it was a little darker, but again, I'm using found materials at my house, okay? So I'm gonna pour water in, ready? So the force of the water, and I'm kind of helping it by rotating the pencil a little bit, the force of the water pushes down on each of the individual rotators, right? And it makes it rotate just that much. Because the stream of water is continuous, it's going to keep pushing the next one down, and then pushing the next one down, and then pushing the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one. When this happens in nature, it happens really fast sometimes. It would just like kind of go like that. And of course, using different materials will give you a different result and different things different times. But it's really interesting to be able to play with this at home, right? And being able to see how water can make things move just on its own.